Hi, there is Bobbie Jo with Skyline Properties. Right here next to me, we have Keisha Perry. She is a client that moved here from,
Hawaii.
ooh, big change.
Ah.
So when you were finding a real estate agent, one, how did you find me?
So I always do the research and looking at my top three, and I'll use Yelp, I'll use Google, and then I go to actual websites of local realtors. And I Googled you, and you popped up as like one of the best in the region in the neighborhood. So I was looking in Pierce County and Kitsap County, and it showed you as the best in that area. So I was like, oh, I definitely have to reach out and see. And yeah, that's when I called you and reached out to you.
So what were the most important things to you when you were looking for your real estate agent?
I think one is knowing the area, of course, two, knowing the school systems and around the neighborhoods, and then three, understanding what I wanted.
And did you feel that I delivered in these categories?
Yes. So I know with my past experience, long time ago, with some of the realtors that I had dealt with, I would state what I want, and they'd be like, "Oh no, you don't want that. You don't want it." But with you, I would state what I want, and you may have the idea that Keisha, you're not gonna like this, but I'll put the effort in and the energy, and we'll go take a look and entertain your ideas. And when I got there, yeah, you were right. You're right. I didn't like it, but you understood what I wanted, and it wasn't like you were ignoring my demands or what I wanted to look at or try to get an idea of. And I appreciated that most of anything. I appreciated the fact that you listened and you understood what I really wanted, and then the things that you did show me, I'm like, Bobbie Jo, this is it. Like, this is what I wanted. So it was great. It was a great experience. You found me the house of my dreams. You found me a house that my husband loves. Now that I have not had yet, it's always me making the decision. So I really appreciate you finding, that next chapter home for us.
And would you recommend me to anyone else?
Most definitely. So another thing I look for when I look at realty agencies is I want to see the price cut. What's the price cut of the houses that you're typically selling? And you were kind of up there, and I wanted to take that next step and venture into higher priced homes. And so I think if you're looking at any range, you cover a lot of ranges. If you're looking at any range, I would definitely recommend you, especially to those people who have an idea of what they want, and just don't know where it's at. You'll be that bridge to link them to get them to the place that they want. So definitely reach out to Bobbie Jo. She'll get you what you want. She'll listen to what you need, and she's got the tricks of the trades. I've had issues in the past whether it came to the closing and some of the layman terminology, she's good at explaining that. So I appreciate you. I thank you for everything that you did, and 100%, 10 out of 10. Reach out to Bobbie Jo.
I appreciate that so much. When we were doing a lot of our process, you were overseas. And so we did a lot in the beginning on virtual staging.
Yes.
And how was that experience for you? Because for me, it was, I was trying to show you every little aspect.
Mm-hmm. So I was skeptical at first because I'm one of those people, I'm definitely not going to get into something without seeing it hands on. But because I knew you understood the assignment and what I wanted, the things you were showing me were potential candidates. And so that was great. And it was a little, hard at first, really understanding, well, does it look like this? Because when you look at online, they do a lot of editing to the photos and stuff like that. So for you to actually get in there and show me real photos with no editing made it so much. I was able to relax, that weight lifted off my shoulders, and I was able to see raw photos. And so that was really, really, really beneficial.
I feel too like because you were coming from so far and you had a young family, like that one house you found that you guys were in love with, that sauna room. And I was like, well, it is the most beautiful house in the neighborhood. But the problem is, this is the neighborhood. I remember driving through the neighborhood.
I love the house and wanted it so bad. And she was like, well, the neighborhood is in. But again, she entertained me because I'm like, no, I got to see. Yeah. When I got there, it was, first of all, you'd be terrified leaving the house because you're going to think everyone's coming to rob you. You're the most expensive house there. It's such not an eyesore, but a sunlight to the area. Like, it's bringing a lot of attention, and the property of the surrounding neighborhood, of course, like it would not have been good for us. So again,
sure.
I'm glad she entertained me, but she was right. When I seen it, I was like, no.
Well, I have to say for myself too, it was such a pleasure working with you guys, because you guys were going through some really big transitions, not just moving, but you were retiring from the military and moving your babies all here. So you guys going through all that, though, you were just so respectful, made me feel so appreciated. And I just want to tell you, thank you.
Oh, no. And I thank you because, like you said, we were going through a big transition, and it was hard. It was a big, hard transition for my husband and I. Challenges on the kiddos, on our marriage, just overall life challenges, but every time you called, every time we sat on Zoom or whatever video chat we're using, like you're, hey, sunshine. And it definitely would bring such a vibe and a better energy. So yeah, this is going to be more than just a real estate and customer relationship. Like, I love your energy. I'm definitely going to keep you around. And for future projects, I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you because I do want to start doing some investments. So we'll be doing some work in the future too.
Well, I appreciate that. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to us. We hope you guys have a great day.
Enjoy.